Hello, my name's John. I'm going to show you how to set up a landscape material inside of Unreal Engine. If you found this helpful, please like and subscribe for more videos, and don't forget to check out my website 3dassetlibrary.com for Unreal and Unity Engine assets. Now, what a landscape material allows you to do is basically give a material to your landscape, but also you can blend between other materials. So say you could have grass, and then you could have a dirt track, or you can have a cliff, and it's all getting painted onto the landscape. So I'll show you how to do that. It's very useful for game design and used a lot in AAA games and all sorts really. So what we'll do first is create our landscapes. Go to the modes and select the landscapes tab, and I'll just select a section of 15. This can be whatever you want it to be. I'm just doing this for ease. Then we want to do is press create. So that's created our landscape, and then we'll switch back to the place here. And now what we want to do is create our material. So I'll go here, right click in the content browser and select material, and give it a name, open it up. And then what we want to do is navigate to our textures folder, and I've got some textures here. So what we'll initially do is just select the base color ones, or the albedo, I think diffuse as well, depending on what you've got them. Basically, the one that holds the color, texture color. So what we'll do is, I've got 3 here. Select those and drag them into the window. There we go. So I'll expand this and just to separate these out. And what we'll do is then right-click and type landscape and select a layer blend. Plug that into base color, and then what we want to do is over the left hand side we've got this here. So we click on our layer blend and we've got this here. So we'll press the plus sign. So I've got 3 textures, and what we'll do is then you drop these down and give it a name. So dirt, you see here it's changed the name. So what we can do is now plug these in to their relevant ones, and then press save. So wait for that to save. Now close this window and go back to our landscape main window here. Click the landscape and scroll down over the right to landscape material, and drop that down and type in whatever you named your material. So in my case, landscape. So this will basically now applies. This may change, so it vary depending on what your version of Unreal you're using. Sometimes it shows it, sometimes it doesn't. But then what we do is we go to our landscape tab in modes, select paint, and then what we want to do is press plus. So you've got these layers down here, which should be exactly what we've just created. So what we do is we press the plus icon next to each one and select blended layer normal. Okay. Do that for each. So this is basically, from what I understand, the layers where it stores the information that's being painted. So there we go. So now what we can do is I'll just resize this brush. So you see this is the brush size for the painting. This is how strong the brush is, whether you want it to, as soon as you click, it's 100% color, whatever. So as you can see here with our material, we've just got our dirt here. So what we'll do is we'll say, well, we want to add some stone. So we select our layer that we want to paint and drag, and this will just take a second to update, and as you can see there, it's starting to paint. So what we can do here is we can do all this, as you can see here. So you can see that the tilings are, there's a large amount of tiling. So what we can do here is we can adjust that inside our landscape material. So if we go back to our place tab, hit under modes, go to our material that we created, our landscape, and then what we can do here is right click, type in texture coordinate, and plug that into the UVs of each one. And so now what we can do is we can go say 0.5 over the left here. We can set the tiling amount so that it's not so much. So if we just minimize that, we should be able to see here what happens. And you can see there it's made it bigger. It's a lot less repetitive. As you can see there, we can adjust this. You can apply it individually, so if you just wanted the stone to be less repetitive, but the soil was fine, you can do all that. So now the next step is, what we can do here is, because we've just plugged our color in, we obviously want things like our normal map and our reflectivity, because currently there's no reflectivity here. So what we'll do is I'll just paint that wet dirt one, so we've got a bit there to see. There we go. So we got 3 different ones there. Now we go back to our textures. Depending on what you've got, what software you use, what textures you use, and etc., this may vary, but this is what I've got. So what we'll do is just select our normal maps and drag those into our landscape window. And what we do is duplicate, click this layer blend and duplicate it, plug that into our normal. Now these have to tally up with these. So you say, for instance, so that's number 3. So we find number 3 here. So it tells you over here what it's named. So as you see here, landscape v3. And we need to find our relevant one, which is this one. Then plug those in to the relevant ones and rearrange them so they're neat. And now if we press apply, we should get a little bit of our normals going on here. There we go. You can see in the rock there that it's now got a little bit of detail in it, and same with the stones and that. So now what we can also do is add the occlusion roughness metallic in. And so what we'll do here, this again varies. These might be all separate, so you might have one that says roughness, one that says occlusion, one that says metallic. It's exactly the same principle though, just you need a few more layer blends. So we'll drag these in. Again, sort them in order, so we've got correct, I believe it was 3. There we go, like that. And this one, slightly different. I say slightly different, it's you'll see what I mean here. So obviously, because we've got 3 channels here, we're going to need 3 of these, so we'll do it one at a time. So for me, I know it's exactly the same principle as the normal map and the base colour. Oh, wrong one there, there we go. As you can see here, this may vary depending on what your what texturing software you're using, but it's just exactly the same principle as the others. So now in theory, when we save, we should get some reflectivity on what looks like the water here. And yeah, so now you can see there we're getting a little bit of a water gloss, a little bit of wetness here. So that's basically how you set up a paintable landscape material. You can do it automated, so that when you're creating cliffs, it'll automatically do it via height. I'll do that in another video, but I personally use this as I find it, you have a bit more control over it. But yeah, you can see there, so what we can do is we can say, well, we don't want it as strong when we're painting that, so we're still getting a bit of that cliff coming through there. And just jump between any of these, so you can, you know, very quickly get a an idea of what can be done with this. So yeah, if you find this useful, please do like and subscribe. Cheers.